All right, everyone. Welcome to the very first episode of this new podcast, Zoomcast, whatever we're going to call this thing, of Adapt, Attack, and Advance. I am Michael Braddock, the host, and I am excited today to have a special guest and the first guest of this exciting new venture, Willie Davis, owner of Dimensional Fitness. Willie, welcome.
Thanks for having me, Mike. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I hope you are. Hope you're well.
I am doing okay. Yeah, everything's going pretty good right now.
Yeah, it's interesting times that we're in, right?
Very, to say the least. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being on this. Something kind of new, but I wanted to just provide exposure to local and regional business owners and just say, hey, here's what I'm doing. Here's how I'm adapting. Here's how I'm attacking the situation, and here's how I'm going to advance after this unprecedented time is over. So, Will, if you wouldn't mind, just share a little bit about kind of who you are, what your business is, and how long you've been in business.
Well, again, my name is Willie Davis, owner of Dimensional Fitness here in Leland. I've been in business for about 4 years. 4 years. But what I did was, I started my business in the house, personal training. And what I did was, turned my garage into a gym. I had cleared everything out, all the junk and everything out. Bought a bunch of gym equipment. All of it was used. Got it all from Played Against Sports, pretty much. Picked up some pieces here and there. And what I would do was, I had a job. I was a coffee salesman. And what I would do is I would come home, run a route, come home about 5 o'clock, and then do sessions from like 5:30 till about 8:30. And the business kind of grew from there, and then they had to move out and just kind of, leveled up a little bit. So currently I am on 130 Division Drive, Unit A. I'm in my third space now. We've grown. I have a couple of trainers who work with me. And we've been doing our best to keep everything afloat, since this coronavirus hit. It's been pretty tough, but we're walking in uncharted territory. So a lot of us don't have any idea of what's going to happen in the future, but we're just trying to make the best of it, offer as many resources as we can for people to have still continue their fitness journeys. And we're just working from there, man. And it's been, I wouldn't say tough. It's been more confusing because you just don't know exactly how to go about doing things. And so you're doing a lot of guessing right now. Yeah.
Well, kind of leading up to this kind of COVID thing, what was business looking like? What was 2020 looking like prior to COVID even coming into the picture?
Man, this is the funniest thing because right when this happened, I read a tweet, and I might misquote it, but this year was actually really good for the business. Like, we had kind of gotten into a groove of everything. Me going from being by myself to having 3 other trainers here. But we had really gotten into the groove of, just like efficiency, decent traffic coming in and out of the gym. And I read this tweet that made me laugh because it says, doesn't it feel like when this thing hit, you finally had all your stuff together, and then all of a sudden you just gotta just throw it away because it just kind of just knocked everything down. But business was pretty good. It was going well. It was settling in, and everything was like really smooth at the time that this hit. And it's just throwing us for a little loop. Yeah,
absolutely. It's, we had the win in ourselves from 2019. I know personally 2019 was one of my best years on record, and was rolling into 2020, and then all of a sudden just wham, just kind of hit. So totally understand that there. So you had mentioned, so you're up to, is it you and 2 other trainers, or you and 3 trainers?
3.
So
4 total. Yeah, 4 total. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess the question that I have then, that I'm kind of diving right into this, kind of the first phase of this, the adapting part of it. When did you start making the adjustments based on this kind of the news on COVID-19? And did you start kind of seeing that, hey, this could be something, and maybe I need to start getting further prepared and with just the way you're operating and things like that?
Well, at the time, it was like I had no idea of what to do. Like literally nothing. Like when we first got wind that they might be shutting things down, I was like, oh, okay, all right. So maybe they will, maybe they won't.
Sure.
So I was kind of being optimistic because we had we could practice social distancing here because we don't have more than 5 to 6 people in here at a time. So it was like, well, maybe this will work. But once they put the order out saying that, you know, possibly gyms and anything similar was going to be shut down, then that's when it was like the reality struck. And I was just thinking, I'm like, well, let me just try my online stuff. Like, let me try to put some things online, some training packages together, maybe live stream some things, just see how that goes. And then it came to the point where that was the only choice I had. So you know, that's what. Yeah. So recently, that's what we kind of been diving into.
Yeah, I remember, and in full disclosure, Willie's my trainer. So I remember that, I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, we started the whole distancing. So you were training me, but we were like 10 feet apart from each other when we were doing that. So I totally understand that. Well, well, I guess that kind of leads right into, you know, it kind of answers the next question I had for you, you know, the CDC guidelines, but you really already answered that. So I guess now at this point in time, how have you been able to pivot now that you are, since the word came down actually about a week ago, I think it was a Wednesday, so about 5 to 7 days ago, that businesses and similar, like businesses like yours and others that are close kind of contact are going to be closed for a month. Can you talk a little bit about kind of how you've had to pivot and elaborate on that a little bit more?
We've had to strictly go to just online, either writing plans out for people and just texting people. Like anything that we, you know, any kind of form of contact we can get people to do stuff, we've had to resort to. But the main thing that we've like stuck to, I have an app now that I use now that I had to resort to. Like, I'm just using that full time, an app, and it has my business on it. And what we do is we program workouts for each client, and we just hope that they follow it. Because that's the best you can ask for. They see the workouts, they see exactly how to do everything. It gives you step-by-step instructions, how many reps, how much weight to use, how often. It schedules a calendar for each individual workout. It even has meal plans that you can feed into it. And that's pretty much what we've had to go to. And I've just started recently a live stream video classes. So I'll be doing one tonight, and I got a live stream video class that's through Zoom, and it's going to be just me and a bunch of people on camera just watching me and me giving instructions of doing like a 30-minute boot camp.
Okay. Well, you know, that's, you kind of have to, I mean, that's the only other option, right? I mean, otherwise you just kind of closed completely.
Yeah. And I have trouble. Like I'm at this point now where I have to do something because I don't know what to do with my hands. It's like, I don't like sitting still.
Yeah, sure.
I don't like sitting behind a computer because that's just not what I've never been. I've never had a job where I had to sit behind a computer. So it's kind of weird programming, you know, for hours at a time. But I mean, it's my only choice now. So I'm just digging into it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's either just kind of figure it out or do nothing, right? You know,
sync. Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I guess with that, with kind of diving right into the next part of that, the question that I had for you was, how are you kind of keeping your trainers engaged during this period of time? Are you seeing enough online presence to where you're getting your trainers to do similar things as well, or?
Well, yeah, I've encouraged all of them to get involved with the online. I mean, I text them, you know, keep in contact with them. But that's pretty much all I can do. So as far as just communication, I've texted them, see how they're doing as far as with their clients. And I can see, because they use my program too, so I can see their clients on my program. So it's working out. But yeah, but that's pretty much, I mean, that's all we can do, really.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
Well, are they at least able to kind of come in, and even though kind of they're by themselves, are they able to at least keep their workout regimens in place and do that type of stuff? Or are they doing a lot of that?
Well, we're operating on the trust factor, and that we just expect them to do it because they have to check in. Like on the app, they check in, and you get feedback from the workout at the end of the workout. You type it in, whether it was tough, this and this and this. And that's pretty much all you can go by. You just trust your client to actually do the workout. and follow meal plans and stuff like that. So the only thing we can do now is wait to see what happens at the end of this month, and we'll do check-ins.
Yeah, yeah.
And so if we don't have any more, if we can get back to work, then we'll see if it's worked. But as far as we can tell, all we can do is just trust that they'll do it on their own.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, as far as that kind of, with further engagement with your clients, are you doing have you started filming any of your own YouTube tutorials and things like that, or?
That is currently in the works. I'm going to have to do that now because I have time. So, yeah, so I have plenty of time to do that now, and I have the space to do it. So I'm going to start working on that stuff. I might even start a YouTube channel. I really don't know.
Yeah,
I got so many ideas and stuff that I'll probably end up trying, and then we'll just see what sticks, pretty much.
Yeah. And as far as things like diet and kind of people staying fit, I mean, this is probably a big thing that a lot of people are doing because they're not in any type of a routine now, especially if they're working from home. Maybe not getting up and getting dressed in their work clothes, so they're staying in comfy clothes all day. But comfy clothes can be a little deceiving sometimes. You can put on a few pounds and not even know it.
And see, that's one of those things that can go either way, Mike. Because I'll tell you this, one of our biggest complaints as far as when we were actually, everything was normal, was that a lot of clients didn't have time to meal prep and because they had to work.
Fair point. That's fair. Yeah.
But now, since they're working from home, they have time to meal prep, but they also have time to eat all of it and to eat too much. So it's kind of like, how is this balance going to work with the, with the nutrition? But I would say this would be the perfect time to hone in on your nutrition as far as, because you have time to prep everything. You have time to prepare it.
Yeah.
But then again, the hardest part is going to be not to snack, just to have some kind of restraint, being that you're going to be around your own food all the time. So that's going to be a little bit of a difficulty with clients too. But like I said, it can go either way. It just depends on the willpower. So we'll just see what happens. And like I said, we'll see what happens during the check-ins.
Well, and the reality of it is I guess, kind of diving into what you're going to do once this is all over with. If people have gotten a little slack during this period of time, then they're going to need you even more, right?
In theory.
That's
Yeah, because they could just say screw it all together and just be happy with the way it is now. So, but hopefully, man, everything will get back to normal and people will, get back to good habits and get back in there and get back in shape. I mean, hopefully they'll maintain, because it's tough to try to, to do the extra stuff, but hopefully everybody will maintain during this time, man, and just get back into it once it's over.
Yeah, and there's something to be said. So, you and I haven't worked out probably a week, 10 days, something like that, but been at least doing like just some body weight stuff, push-ups, dips.
Yeah.
And then I've gotten into running, and I'm not a runner, but just something about some mental clarity during this period.
Yeah.
Being able to keep, being able to just clear things up, because there's a lot of stuff that can run through your mind. And if you're not continually working out and getting those, getting that blood flow and circulation, you can go down a path that's negative real fast.
You are exactly right. Because, our friend John, I think he ruined running for me, because I tried to get into it, man, and I think he ruined it by having me do that 10K.
Yeah.
No, it's 15K. 15K.
It was 15K, so it was like 9.3 miles or something like that.
Yeah, he killed me, man. But running is like one of the best things you can do for just to get outside, to clear your head, and just to think without having pressure on you, man. I would advise anybody, if they can start just taking a walk or taking a good jog or something like that, please do it. Especially while it's not too hot.
Yeah.
It's a good time to do it now.
And you can social distance that way. You can, I went for a run this morning. I think I saw 4 people the whole time.
Yeah, all you got to do is just duck sneezes. That's it. You see somebody sneeze, you duck it, or you run around it. Make sure you get 8 feet. Yeah, 8 feet instead of 6. But yeah, that's the perfect thing, man. And I mean, you see everybody's doing that now. Everybody's outside now because they don't have anything else.
They have nothing to do. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Right. Well, so that's a good thing.
Well, as far as, being a local business owner, a small business owner, what can people do during this period of time to still support you and still do business with you? I know you touched on a little bit about some of the online programs, but
Yeah.
if you want to go into a little greater detail about how people can still transact with you and still do business with you and say, hey, I'm still open for business.
Yeah,
different capacity.
You can follow me on Facebook. It's 3-Dimensional Fitness. And on my page, there's a link to the Trainer Rise program. And like I said, that's going to give you a meal plan. I will customize all your workouts, the scheduling, the intensity, all that stuff is done by me. And I'm also going to be doing, like I said, the virtual workouts, which are live streamed. They're going to happen twice a day, every weekday, Monday through Friday. The first one's at 10 a.m. and then the last one's going to be 6:30 p.m. Those classes are $10. The Trainer Rise programs, I have two different. I have a 3-month transformation program and a 1 month. You can see the pricing on the link. Okay. Yeah. So all you got to do is go to my page, click the link. It'll show you all the information for that. As far as the streaming stuff, I would say inbox me on Facebook if you can find me, and I can give you the information there. Or you can text me. Is that cool if I give up my number?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay, so my number is 910-431-6815. Feel free to call me, text me, and I can give you any information that you need from there.
Okay, awesome. And then last question, because I know you need to get prepped for the 6:30 that you're doing in about 25, 30 minutes. As we get through this, do you think you'll continue to implement some of these things as a part of the advancing process that, once we get back to some sort of new normal or normal as we once knew it before, do you think you'll be implementing some of these online programs even when you can do in-person training?
I think the online stuff is going to stay. It's going to stay. I honestly think even the live streaming stuff is going to stay in some capacity. It might not be as often, but it will still be a thing that I do, because now that I'm seeing people that I've never met sign up for it, so I'm like, yeah, this will be a good revenue stream, and it'll be a good thing that another option that people can have that they can do from home. So I think that'll stay, and we'll just see what happens from there.
Cool. Well, one more time, if you want to give everyone kind of your info one more time before we sign off, so you can get ready for your 6:30.
Yeah, again, my name is Willie Davis, owner of 3-Dimensional Fitness Leland. You can reach me on Facebook at 3-Dimensional Fitness Leland, and at Willie Davis. You'll see my picture. It's me. And you can call me or text me for information at 910-431-6815. My email address is 3, as it says on the shirt, 3dimensionalfitness@gmail.com.
Awesome. Willie, thanks so much for your time, man, and looking forward to seeing you in person again real soon.
And we'll see what you're doing at the end of the month when we get back to normal, man.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't do measurements just before this whole thing, so but see, but maybe when we do measurements, I'll do this, and then it'll make it look like my bicep.
I'll take the tape and wrap it around.
Just wrap it all the way around me. That's right. All right, man. Thanks for being on.
I appreciate it, man. And the funny thing is, I'm getting sleep. No more 5 o'clock, so.
That's right. No more 5 a.m.s with us. Yeah, that's
yeah,
right. Man. All right, buddy. We'll have a great workout tonight. I hope you have a full house.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, man. You have a good one, buddy.
A full online house. Disclaimer.
That's right.
Full online house.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Take it easy.
All right, bye.